Check it out, guys. That is a nice piece of exhaust here. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be replacing the axle back exhaust into the Mazda CX50. It's been a minute since we've done any mods to this car, and I think this one is going to be a very nice one. It's going to add a little bit of that sound. It's going to make the exhaust flow just a little bit better since we are getting rid of basically the muffler right there. Let me show you what I have here. I picked this up locally, so I don't have a box to show you guys. But I can tell you that this is a very nice piece. You can tell it is barely used. I mean, I picked it up from a guy who was getting rid of it because he was gonna actually upgrade to the other version that they have with the exhaust. Again, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's a Lachute. Let me see if I can focus there. You can see that. Very nice little piece there attached to it. And yeah, I mean, look at this. It's just, like I said, basically gets rid of the muffler. I'll show you guys under the car here in a second. It also makes the exhaust tips look a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. I mean, look at this compared to that. So it's just meant to make the back of the CX50 look a little bit nicer. And again, just make it sound a little bit better. So let me just show you real quick what we're gonna be removing. If I can get an angle here. So right here, this whole thing is the muffler as far as I'm aware. It's gonna be a big, heavy piece. And it's just simple 2 bolts down there. Hopefully I'm aiming right there. Yep, sorry, I have a bad angle here for the camera. But yeah, those 2 bolts right there, remove them and then get this out of the hangers and get it out. So shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully, outside of the excess hangers. Usually those are a bit of a pain sometimes to get them out. But once we get it installed, it should be nice. All right, everyone, and here underneath the Mazda CX50, the one good thing about it not being super low is that we can just get under here without having to lift it. We have here the connection that we need to undo, so we have 2 14mm bolts that we need to undo here, and then the rest of it is just going to be simple 2 hangers on this side and then 2 hangers on the opposite side. The hangers usually is what gives me the most trouble. The new exhaust only has 1, so I think it's gonna hook up to one of this ones. I'm not sure which one. And we are just simply gonna reuse the rubber hanger from the muffler for the new piece. So we are going ahead and start working on this, get it out. You might see me struggle for a little bit. All right, guys, so you just saw me take one side. As you can see, the exhaust here is hanging, so we just got to take the other side off. And I just want to pause and tell you exactly kind of what I did. I used the pry bar here, this long pry bar, and kind of put it to the side and just pushed it enough until one of them came off. You can see one of them, we took it all the way off. The other one, we just took one side, basically the top side of it. Either one, whether it's the top side or the bottom one, whichever one comes off and pops out of it kind of first, just go with that and take it out. So we are going to move on and take the other side off real quick, and then we can finally get over here and start putting our new piece in place. Let's do it. All right, we got the other one out. So we are gonna put the new axle back in here. And I did take the 2 rubber from the stock one. We're gonna reuse that. I'm not sure if when you buy this new, it comes with them. It didn't, obviously, with me being used, but we are kind of good to put it on now. So let me get in there and start putting it on there. Make sure we don't forget the gasket. And then we got the 2 bolts, 14mm, and we should be good. So let's do it. Check it out, guys. We have finally installed the axle bag. Look at those tips. They fill that spot a little bit better. I did have to modify the middle clamp, not modify, but just loosen it up as I put it on, because this side ended up getting a little bit too close to the plastic there. So if you do have that, once you put it on, just loosen the B clamp in the middle, twist it until it gets to the place you want it to be, and then tighten it again, and it should be fine. The one thing I do want to call out though is that the center area here where it connects to the rest of the exhaust, I did seem to have a little bit of a gap. There seems to be a bit of a protrusion on the inside, which I would think lines up with the axle bag, but it didn't seem to fully get seated. And I tightened it, I removed it, and I tightened it again. So I think that's just how it is. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna keep an eye on it just to make sure if there's no actual exhaust leaking through there, but I did want to call that out. There seems to be a bit of a gap that stays there, even though I'm tying it, all the bolts and everything around it properly, it seems to be a bit of a gap there. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. Outside of that though, we are good to turn this on. Let's see how it sounds. Car's been cold for a little while, so it should be pretty much a cold start here. And let's see how it is. So there you have it, guys. That's how the Lachute Muffler Delete looks and sounds here on the Mazda CX50. You can look at that. I mean, I think it looks good. It sounds definitely louder than I was expecting, quite honestly, especially for the NA motor. I have the non-turbo version, so if you have the turbo version, that might sound a little bit different for sure. The non-turbo one, it's kind of loud on startup. It definitely settles down once you kind of reach that normal temperature, I guess, with the car and everything, and the RPMs go down. But so far, it's been kind of cool. I mean, it's been a while since I had a car with an exhaust. It's definitely a little bit different, louder than expected, like I said, but not to the point where it's very annoying, at least not so far. If you are doing something where like you're traveling for hours and hours and hours, I can see this being potentially annoying on that point. So you might want to keep that in mind. If you do travel a lot, this might not be the best option for you. Outside of that though, the exhaust looks great. I will call out though, the only downside, at least with this one so far, is that fitment issue. And I'll post a photo here on the side so you guys can see that. It is a significant gap. That is definitely a fitment problem. But considering about this secondhand, I didn't buy it from Lachute directly. I don't think it's gonna help me out too much if I reach out to them about that. But I have seen some other people mention that they have a bit of a fitment issue on theirs. So I would say if you do buy one and you do have that fitment problem, definitely reach out to them and have them make that right, because that is definitely not right. Wow, the cicadas are really loud, guys. So sorry about that. But outside of that though, I've been checking it. I haven't felt any air coming out of that area, even though there's a bit of gap. I haven't felt any air. I haven't felt anything that looks wrong or anything like that. So I'm just gonna rock it like this for a while. And then if we get annoyed with it, we'll just put the factory muffler back on there and we should be good to go. So let me know in the comments what other options you guys been looking at. I know there's the Cork Sport. There might be a third one, maybe a board loud or something. I'm not even 100% sure. The only one I know for sure is the Cork Sport one out there. But let me know what other options you guys been looking at. If you are considering this one, like I said, just be aware of that. It's a little bit loud in startup. It's definitely a little bit louder than stock, but so far it's been pretty cool. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Please leave a like, comment on the video, or subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.